Hello everyone, this is MP King from 360. Hope everyone have a great weekend. So today I just want to go over quickly something on the order flow and footprint and explain to you guys um, the order flow and footprint. Why is it so hard for people to follow and understand? I saw a lot of messages on Twitter and Facebook with the topic about order flow and footprint. Um, if um, Order flow footprint is, if you look at my chart at this point, I'm using zero charge and we set up specifically for zero charge. Um, so if you can see here, what we have here is a ES instrument that we use footprint. And usually when I trade in ES, what I do is I use a market profile and volume profile to understand my market context, understand my market structure, and develop a daily trade plan for ES, NQ, RTY, force exchange, so that I can understand, I know where the major key level is. And then what I'm used the footprint is to allow me to make decision when to enter my position or make my entry to my position. Okay. Um, that's why that's why the footprint is very powerful and very useful tool to use. However, if you look at here, right, a lot of people talk about footprint and they look at it and say, okay, Uh, this blue right here is a candle, right, in the candlestick, similar to the candlestick that we have in our candlestick chart. And this is a week right here, a week, right here, right? So if you can see, this is an open, this is a close for this green candle, right? It looks very pretty. And a lot of people see that, okay, if you see a lot of blue right here, because in our setup for footprint, we see a lot of blue. That means there's a lot of market buyer driving up the price. They step in and buy more, and we see something pink right this on this side is mean that there's a lot of seller coming in, right? But let me explain to you why is this so difficult for a lot of people. So this is a candlestick, and this side right here, this side right here is considered as also I explain this. Let me explain to you four type of buyer and seller. So first thing we have buyer, aggressive buyer, aggressive buyer equal to market order, right? Whenever you make um, whenever you buy market, that means you are aggressive buyers, right? And then you have a aggressive seller is equal to also market order. So when you put in a market order, a sale market order, you are aggressive seller. If you put in a market buy order, that means you are aggressive buyer. However, what about people who put the limit order in? What do we call them? We call them passive, passive buyers, right? Passive buyer is a limit order. What if you put in the limit order of sell order? We call that passive seller, right? It's also limit order. Okay. So, okay. Now, if you look at the um, the footprint, so the footprint right here show you the transaction between buyer and seller. They print it out on the footprint. That's why it's called a footprint. It printed out here, right? So the aggressive buyer is on this side, on this side. Aggressive seller is on this side, right? However, the it's so confusing. The reason it's so confusing and complex because on this side right here, you also have a passive buyer, aggressive seller and buyer standing on the same side, right? And then on this side right here, you have a passive seller coming to here also. Draw this yellow right here. And you got aggressive seller and a passive seller. Oh, let's see. I think I make a mistake. Let me erase it. Let me draw it again. Um, so you see, aggressive seller gonna be aggressive buyer gonna be here. Aggressive buyer gonna be here. Yeah, make a mistake. And then over here is aggressive seller, right? Aggressive seller, and also passive buyer, passive buyer on this side, and passive seller also on this side. Do you see how complicated it is? It's make even harder to understand. Even sometimes when I say it, I make a mistake. I say the other way around, right? So as you can see, aggressive buyer on this side, and also you have a passive buyer limit order on this side. How do you differentiate who's a buyer, who a seller on this side, right? Is that easy? Of course not, right? And you have aggressive seller here on this side, and you have also have passive buyer on this side. You think it's easy? There's no way. There's no way that it's gonna be that easy, right? If it's so easy, everybody in this world gonna make money in trading, right? So how did you get it's getting easier? Practice, learning, understand, learning the right way, understand the right way, and then continue to practice looking at this and understand. Not only that, I'm using this to to look at Pacific level. This is the footprint at Pacific level in my trade plan. I know where I don't trade in the middle of nowhere. I trade when it gets to my level. I look at it to see if I can buy and sell. Who should I follow? So we are retail trader. We follow big boy institution trading with thousand a contract, right? We're not gonna go against the big boys, but we identify where the big boys and we follow them. That's how we are as a retail trader. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, I put in like 200 contracts, 500 contracts. No way, right? We do 10 contract, 5 contract here, maybe maximum 20 contract, 30 contract max, but you don't move the price that much, right? We don't move the price. So how do I you see in my footprint, right? I have a level right here, right? The level right here from 79 to 74 is a zone of 5 points. When price going up to that level, right? So I have to pay attention. I have to pay attention, understand the footprint. I see a lot of absorption when on the way up, right? I see absorption. I see buyer initiate and get yeah, slow down, There's a lot of buyer jump in here, but the price doesn't go up. Doesn't go up. Um, a lot of people there put their um limit order in here. Those at some at this level and put stop loss here. Sure enough, is get up and get stop out. Right? I see a lot of absorption. Anytime buyer buys something, seller, I see absorption right here. So obviously, right? Buyer stepping in, a lot of buyers stepping in, but a lot of passive seller actually absorb all the buyer order, all the market orders from buyer. Sure enough, it's come down again, right? So you see it's at level, but I seen it. I'm not gonna trade. Still, I have to look to see what happened. It's come back, right? It's come back, and you see a lot of seller got trapped again. Like a lot of seller got absorption, right? Seller get absorption, and the more the passive buyer, the passive the, the passive seller sell. Oh, let me see. Yeah, um, on this side right here, the aggressive seller get absorbed by a passive buyer in here, right? So it went all the way up, and the trigger when it passes level, there's a lot of buyer coming in and join the party, right? But they forgot that there's a lot of seller already sold up here, right? So what I call, and you see here, right? A lot of buyers, formal buyer coming in, but then they got price doesn't move at all. What does that mean? A lot of seller get absorbed. A lot of buyer get absorbed by a passive seller. Aggressive buyer stepping in get absorbed by a passive seller, right? And then aggressive seller step in, right? Put the price down, close here. The next candle is got reject at the VPOC, come all the way down. So that's how I look at the footprint. How do I enter it? When if on the way come back, I see a lot. I see a lot of a lot of effort um because too much a lot of effort with no result. A lot of my contract coming in, but this price doesn't move, and we know at that time we know that if the seller is actually absorb everything. So if I'm an experienced trader, I would put in a contract and let it go down. It's no problem. But a lot of time, what you can do is you need to identify um, the pivot point, right? If I get it here, I put my stop loss all the way up here. Of course, I wanted to make sure that it's sometimes it's come back, and I know there's a lot of defender already defend here because there's a lot of selling up here, right? So when I come down, if I trade, if you scalp, you trade 10 point, you put in contract here and try 10 point, and you get a target. But I like to hold my position a little bit longer, depend on how many contract I put in, right? If I put in one contract, I might hold it. Two contract, I might hold it for a long time, right? And sure enough, you see how it's come back, retest this level again, right? And this time it come back to the same level, but there's less buyer. So less buyer, right? And it's gonna reject it on the way down. You see, it's an easy trade. So if you understand footprint, you know how to read the market. The trigger point here, so the trigger point usually gonna be so when here's the trigger point. Let me zoom it out so that I can see it. Right. And you see a lot of option like this, right? Sometimes you have to draw the line right here, right? You draw the line right here when a lot of absorption happening here between buyer and seller, just battle back and forth for like half an hour, for example, or 15 minutes. And then when it break, when it breaks the pivot point, you see a lot of sellers stepping in at the right point. You can put in your order. But your stop loss gotta be this pivot right here. So if you experienced trader, you can get in from here and put stop loss with a small stop loss. But sometimes if you also experience trader and you can withstand a bigger stop loss, yeah, you can. That's the trigger point right here. The trigger point is right here. When it pull back, doesn't matter, right? You stop loss up here and then sure enough, high, a lower high. See, this is the high, lower high, lower high again. So you can see the trend line right that, right? Pull back, stop loss up here, and you put in contract and trade down, right? So, but no, it looks so easy when I explain this to you. It looks so easy, right? Right? But again, you gotta understand it. You have to understand where's when a passive buyer and aggressive buyer and passive seller, how do they interact with each other? How the aggressive seller and passive buyer interact with each other? It's not easy. Don't be naive. Don't be naive. Don't be. Uh, you shouldn't be naive in trading. Just like any other job, it's required you a lot of work, a lot of hard work. It's not that you learn this and you get it right away. You have to spend a lot of time involved with the market. Look at it. We play the market. We play the charts every day. If you want to learn fast, involve with the market. Look at the footprint and in our 360 trading, our philosophy is to make sure that you learn and put in a lot of hard work. We believe in hard work. We believe in lifetime knowledge, education, and hard work. That's gonna bring you to successful like any other career. So if you like to maintain in the trading business, this you're gonna have to be prepared to put in a lot of work. Okay, and footprint is a complex topic, and it's harder than anything. You never know, ever know. If you think TA is hard, this is even harder, much harder. TA TA price action is just actually is so easy. This one is very difficult. Okay, but if you learned it, if you know this, if you know it already, you have so much advantage over other traders. Okay, why are you trading? You trading against the pro, the professional out there, and market who doesn't care who you are, how much money you have, how old you are you female or male, what race you are, they don't care. When you get out into the market and trade with a pro, they don't care who you are, right? So you have to be when you get out there, you have to be the best, the best. You need to prepare with the best knowledge, the best experience, and you trade against the most experienced people out there, right? Don't be naive. Don't be naive. It's not easy money, right? Perseverance, hard work will get you there. All right. Welcome to 360. Um if you enjoy 360, please join our Discord at the link below. We're gonna provide you daily trading plan. If you'd like to take any class with us, we provide market profile, volume profile, and um, order flow footprint. If you would like to learn price action, we provide price action. We can technically we can teach you everything about stock market, anything. Even though if you want to learn about financial statement, look at the balance sheet, uh, I can do it all, right? I can do it all. I can teach you all that stuff. Um, but this for day trading, order flow footprint, gonna bring you a lot of advantage. Okay. Um, so we don't be naive that you're gonna learn this and you can get it right away. I guarantee you, 6 months from now, after you learn 6 months I give you a year to learn this, right? That not include market profile, right? It's a complex system. It took people a lot of time. It took people a lot of time to learn this. Okay, and you see how it's react at my level right here. It's amazing. See all key level get reject again and again. That's how you do it, right? To be able to stay in the market longer, to be in this career, get the right education, guys. And thank you and have a good weekend. Bye.